Well, we got a new toy at BuQeye BBQ. Got rid of the Traeger Timberline XL. That was a reliable cooker. There were some things I liked about it, but definitely some things I didn't like about it. Maybe one day I'll go through those. But I actually sold it on Facebook and used at least part of the proceeds for a new pellet cooker. I really like to have a pellet cooker as part of the arsenal. Just set it and forget it. You know, babysitting a stick burner, I just don't have time for it all the time. I've got a great stick burner. I wish I could use it more, but I think this is going to be a reasonably close substitute for a stick burner and be a pellet cooker that you can set and forget. So without any further ado, let me take this box off. I just kind of tested it and it will just lift off, so we'll do that. I have not even looked at it yet. I've been on a business trip, so this has been here for 2 or 3 days now, and I am just seeing the box. So let's dig in. Whoa. Oh, so it's facing the wrong way. So I told you I didn't open it yet, but this is the back of the Yoder YS640S pellet cooker. So why don't we try to get the camera turned around and I'll figure out what we're gonna do next. Bring you right back. All right, there she is from the front side. Got the YS640S from Yoder Smokers. I've been looking into different pellet cookers for quite a while now. It sort of came down to 2, and I think either one of them I would have been happy with. I mostly chose the Yoder because of just a little bit cheaper. In delivery costs, they had a special on, and even without the special, the delivery was cheaper than the other one. And I'll go ahead and tell you the other one was the Lone Star Grill's pellet cooker. Both get great reviews, so there was no real functional reason I didn't go with the Lone Star Grills. My offset smoker is a Lone Star, but I ended up going with the Yoder. So here she is. I don't even know where to begin, so I guess we'll start with the straps. We've got some boxes under here. I believe there's going to be a box inside the pellet hopper. Yep, sure is. Some looks like some quick start instructions, a box that I forget what it contains, but I've seen what it contains. But it looks like it's packaged really well. So I tell you what, off camera, I'm going to cut the bands, get the boxes out. I may have to wait to take this off the skid because this thing is a beast. So I might have to wait for my younger and better kneed and better backed kid to be here. So, but we'll get that undone and we'll go through the tour of the smoker and the initial burn-in and seasoning. So I'm excited. So what I thought I would do is just sort of open the boxes on camera and go through a kind of what's in them. Maybe not super exhaustively, but let's just see. So this is the big box that was stowed under the smoker. Okay, so got some Barbecuer's Delight cherry pellets, which I knew were coming, sort of a quote-unquote inclusion with the smoker purchase. And it looks like a set of knives, which was a free gift. And what I thought, I don't expect these to be super fancy or nice, but we could use a set of knives at the BuQeye BBQ Lake Camp. So since they were free, it was either this or I can't remember the other thing, but I didn't need it. So I chose the knives. So nothing fancy, but they'll sharpen, and we'll use them at the lake camp because we just have a couple of random knives there. So it'll be nice to have a set of knives at the lake camp. So I'm just going to put these out of the way, put them in our pile for the lake camp. So that's the big box. So I will get this stuff out of the way, and then I will come back with the next box and we'll see what's in it. All right, next items were in the pellet hopper. We'll see what those were. First of all, we had our power cord, which is a detachable, what I would call a computer style power cord. It looks about medium length, maybe 10 feet, something like that. Not exactly sure. Had some getting started instructions in there as well. And then we had this box. So we'll see what's in here. Oh, cool. Okay, so we've got temperature probes. It comes with 2 for the fireboard controller. Looks like some 1200 degree black touch-up paint, so you can take care of any rust spots. I can actually use this on my Lone Star Grill's offset as well, which would be nice because I've been meaning to get some there. Looks like a couple of extra fuses, so we'll put those in a safe place. Some Yoder smoker stickers, whatever. A grommet for the temperature probe hole, I believe. Yeah, so you can keep that covered when you're not feeding temperature probes through that hole, and I'll show you that that area when I do a walkthrough of the grill. And it looks like the grease bucket that hangs under the right-hand side. So that's it for this box. So we'll now probably, I think the next things are actually inside of the main cooking area. So we'll get the camera reset and bring you back. So I'm not sure the best way to do this because I really don't know what all is in here. So I'll just open the lid and we'll start pulling stuff out and do the best we can. Okay, so I've got a box. Oh, that is super heavy. Let's prop that there. Oh, so I know what this is. These are going to be the grates that go along the bottom of the main cooking channel or chamber. So I'll just pull one of these out and show it on camera. Super heavy gauge. Actually, I pulled 2 out, so no one, they were heavy, but they're still pretty solid. So I believe there are 4 of these, and they run this way. So I actually like having this type of grate. You can get kind of the diamond-shaped cooking grates you see in a lot of smokers, but I actually like having these. I find them easier to clean, and this is super heavy gauge. I don't know if you can see how thick that is on the camera, but it's pretty thick. So we'll get this box out of the way and go on to the next thing. All right. So this is actually the front shelf. So there are some cylindrical mounts here in the front that these posts go into. You could have gotten a stainless steel cover for these. I actually sort of wanted the wire shelves. Maybe I'll decide to upgrade. I'm not going to put that in right now. But super heavy duty. And while I'm getting into this, got one for the side as well. Same deal. Just goes on the side in the same post holes. So I'll get these out of the way. Okay, we've got kind of a flat box here. This must be the drip tray. It's sort of wedged in there, and I want to be careful because the fire pot's down here, etc. So I think I'll move this off to the side real fast and get it open, and then Man, this is heavy. This thing is built like a tank. Okay, so that makes sense. It's definitely heavy because we have not only the drip tray, but we have our upper shelf for the smoker. So this will go up top and essentially double our cooking area. There we go. Perfect. So they make one of these that actually folds. Well, they make a half one, and then they make one that folds in half, so you can still have a top shelf, but have better and more complete access to the lower shelf. I think I want to get one of those, so we'll see. I'm going to be thinking about some accessories, but this is the top shelf. So for now, we'll get it out of the way. The other thing in here is the drip tray. God, that's heavy. And the fire pan, or the fire pan cover. So I'm going to get that out of the way. That is freaking heavy. And that's essentially everything. So I think the next thing we'll see is I'm going to figure out a way to get this off the skid, and we'll do the tour and initial burn-in. So we'll bring you back. All right, so I just added some pellets to the hopper. It's a 20-pound hopper, so essentially a standard bag of pellets will fit in there. I just had some random ones that I removed from the Traeger when I sold it just to start us out, because I'm going to do the burn-in. But before I get all of the innards in the grill, I want to show you the fire pot. So here's the fire pot with the removable ashtray there. The pellet hopper is here, and these pellets literally have to travel like 2 inches or something to get down into the burn pot, which is nice. So a very short auger trip. Come out right behind this plate here. The grill thermometer is up here, ready to go. The other thing to point out here is this baffle plate. This will slide back and forth, and they say the standard position is about 5 inches in. That'll be even heating. If you open it up all the way, a lot of your heat will end up on the right side of the cooker as it is traveling out of the smokestack. And if you close it all the way down, you can concentrate your heat for searing over here above the burn pot. And we'll talk a little bit more about the searing on this grill when we're done. So I'm going to get some parts together here, and we'll bring you right back. All right, so I got the wire shelves on. I'm going to put the drip pan in. My God, everything on this grill is heavy. There we go. And so this has a little lip that it goes over right there. There we go. So drips down to hit that grease bucket. This is the removable fire pot cover, so you can use that for searing directly. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get the grates in, and these are just going to go in like so, and then we'll grab the top grate and get it in, and we'll be pretty ready to start the burn-in. So I'm not going to do any oiling of this. I want to just burn any kind of factory residue off. We're going to go 350 at 45 minutes, I think it advised. So let me get the top grate. There we go. Perfect. And I think that's it. I just got to get the power cord now and get going. Okay, so we've got the power cord plugged in. We've got the drip bucket in just in case. And we're going to fire this up. I'm not even going to look at the instructions, so we'll see how intuitive it is. Okay, so as soon as we turn it on, the fan starts, which I like. I'll use that for cold smoking when I use a smoke tube in here. That'll be nice. And we're gonna go to, oh, you know what I didn't do? I did not prime the grill. I'm trying to decide if I need to, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. My suspicion is with the path of these pellets that I won't even need to do that, but I'll go ahead and throw a handful down here just in case. And I might go ahead and leave the fire pot cover off until I see it light. So we're gonna press start, heat up 350, and I think it's done. Okay, so we're gonna watch for some smoke and some fire and then get the fire pot cover back on and the grate back on and shut the lid and go from there. I can already smell it, so it's heating up and pellets are feeding. That's a good sign. Let me move the camera closer. We'll see if we can watch this flame together. I'll fast forward through this. Oh, I didn't put the smokestack on. I'll wait and do that as soon as we get fire here and we're going. That was a rookie move. Oh, I see sparks or flames or redness anyway in the igniter. It's a ceramic igniter and I can smell burning pellets and start to see smoke right now. Man, that's nice. There it goes. We have flames. So that was probably 2 to 3 minutes, I'm guessing. All right, so let me get the camera back here. I want to get that those innards done before it gets too hot. So we're going to go ahead and fire pot cover. Oops. And the grate. I'm going to leave the lid open for just another minute. All right, so the smokestack is removable and it just fits right in here. There is a stopper I noticed. Oh, gotta undo the wing nut. There we go. There is a stopper inside there, so it will only let you go put it so far. There is no cap or ventilation damper on the top of this. Doesn't need it. We just got it tightened down. Now the cool thing is if you need to, because of rain or anything like that, you can tilt this one way versus the other. So I could sort of put it under my garage eave and then tilt it out. And you also have to tilt it down when you put the cover on. I thought I was supposed to get a cover, but I didn't. So I'm going to check into that. I may have misread or didn't order the package I thought I did or something. But that's going to be it. We have some wisps of smoke and the smell of smoke. So I'm going to let this go after it comes up to temperature for 45 minutes. So I'm going to get the lid shut down and we'll come back and maybe do a tour after the burn-in. So I would say we're probably 30 minutes into our cook here, or our burn-in. The one thing I wanted to say is, first of all, very clean smoke, which I love. And this is just pumping out the hot air. So the airflow in this thing seems to be great. And having that constantly moving air is important, gives better barbecue as far as I'm concerned. So I love that. So far this thing seems to be operating really nicely. So we're gonna let it keep going, and I actually have to leave the house. So we'll come back and we'll talk about the burn-in, maybe do a little cooking spray seasoning round, and then this thing will be ready to cook on. So we'll bring you back. So I finally got around to opening the instructions, and it said after your cooker reaches 350, go ahead and coat it with oil. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's been running, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't see that, but it's been running 45 minutes now at 350, and I really wanted to kind of get that factory stuff burn off. So it's gotten a chance to do that. So now I'm just going to leave it running and go ahead and coat everything with oil. On the inside, I'll start it. Get the sides there. And I'm going to go ahead and do the top. I'm going to be careful not to get the felt. There, that'll be good. I don't want to overdo it. I think people sometimes really do overdo their oil on seasoning. So we're going to get this lid closed and probably let it go, oh, another half hour at least at 350, running really well. I'm excited. So I'm probably gonna have to let this stop on its own and then come back later, and then we'll do a tour and we'll wrap this video up. All right, so we've done our burn in. Cooker ran really well. The things I loved were just, you could just feel the air coming out of the exhaust. Seemed to hold temperature. It was up and down between 5 and 10 degrees, but I'm here to tell you, you want that on your pellet cooker. People that think they want it to ride the exact temperature that they set for the 12-hour cook, they are wrong. You want that temperature to go up and down, fluctuate, creating some different smoke and different fire characteristics. So I was really happy with how this did. The fireboard controller is great, and the little bit I was on the app during the burn-in, I loved it. Thought it worked really well. I thought it had some good features that I'm looking forward to diving deeper into. I know very little so far about it. But let's talk a little bit about some of the features, and we'll just go kind of left to right. Pardon the camera and how I'm going to move it. But we've got your controller here. It's got 3 buttons on the left side of the screen and then a dial here. When you turn it on, it defaults to 350 degrees, so you either need to turn it up or down if 350 is not where you want to cook. 20-pound, get a little closer, 20-pound pellet hopper, which I have full now with, I think I had mostly applewood pellets. There's a few char oak in the down near the auger right now, but the rest is filled up with apple pellets. I'm looking forward to using the bags of cherry that I got from All Things Barbecue. By the way, they were great to deal with. I actually had to contact them right after the order. They answered the phone on a day that I later discovered they're not even open, and helped me out. Funny thing was, I accidentally ordered 2 of these and didn't even realize it till after I paid for it. And they canceled it very quickly the next business day. I got an immediate refund. So that was kind of stupid of me, but they took care of it for me. Got the 2 probe ports, so we can plug in, and right here, in fact, I'll open the lid real quick. We have the hole that you can put your plug ports or your meat probes through. And it says very specifically not to run them under the lid. This lid is really heavy. I'm sure that's not good for them. Might give bad readings, but why would you when you've got a nice hole there? There is a rubber grommet that when you're not using it, you can cover that up. Make sure it's sealed really well. So let's move the camera out just a little bit here. Oops. So we've got our 2 shelves. Now you can get stainless steel sleeves for these if you wanted them flat. I sort of liked the look of the grill grate type. These are super heavy and nice, really well made, you can tell. I did get the competition cart, mostly because it looked cool, I have to admit. I just liked it as a little extra, but I just like it. So there you go. The tires are great. They are partially air-filled. 2 of them swivel and lock. So this thing is a beast to move around. I asked my muscular 24-year-old to kind of test out and see how we're going to get this on the barbecue pavilion in the backyard. He said, maybe if we had 3 more of me. He said, that thing is really heavy. So we'll have to figure that out. For now, I'll be using it on the back patio or outside of the garage like I am now. I thought I was getting grill grates and a cover for this, but I must have not ordered the package I thought. But I am going to get a cover for it. So for now, I think I'm just going to have to wheel it in and out of the one side of our garage. Smokestack, I sort of already showed you, so I won't spend time there. We do have the counterweight up top here. So once you that counterweight takes over at a certain level, it makes it easier to lift up, like right there. The grates are super well made. Again, I'm glad that I don't have this type of grate on top for the whole thing. I like having those individual grates down there. I'm not going to take all those out right now. I don't have gloves or anything. I showed you the inside when we were getting it set up. So I'm going to leave it the way it is for now. And then on the other side, you can probably see down there is the grease drain, just a bucket that hangs there. I went ahead and put a liner in it just to keep the bucket clean. And that's pretty much the cooker. So look for more cooks on this. I haven't decided what I'm going to do first, but I think I'll definitely try something this weekend, and can't wait to get to using it. So thanks for joining this BuQeye BBQ video. If you're thinking about a new pellet cooker and kind of want something that'll last a long time, you can give to your kids one day. I think Yoder is definitely a candidate for that. So again, thanks for watching. Do me a favor, like and subscribe, and we will talk to you soon.